He broke the silence with 3 simple sentences. This is a lot. I can't do it anymore. Is there someone else you can call? I was 23 years old and he was my new boyfriend. I guess you could say our relationship got off to a bit of a rocky start. I had just been diagnosed with anxiety and depression, and I was getting the help I needed. But I was leaning on him pretty heavily too. All right, full confession. I would call him up to 20 times a day. Not that I had all that much to say, really. It was just this habit that I developed to soften my anxiety. Being with myself was too much. And if he could be with me, even for a moment, I would always feel better. No pressure, right? I'm sure that's the honeymoon phase every young couple dreams of. Looking back, I can't believe I didn't just scare him right off. Is there someone else you can call? I instantly felt embarrassed and guilty for having put him in such an awkward position. Obviously, it was a lot. Of course, I said, I'm sorry, I'll call a friend. And so I hung up the phone and did my best to swallow my shame. You know, kindness means selflessness. Kindness means putting the other person first. It means being there for others when they need you, even at great personal expense. If it starts to feel like too much, well, that's an opportunity to become a better person, to be the bigger person, to find some way to just suck it up and keep on giving. Boundaries. Those are for uncaring, selfish people. That's what I remember believing about kindness. And yet in that moment, everything I thought I knew about kindness and boundaries got turned on its head. Because at that juncture where my needs started to push up against his capacity, the kindest thing he could have done was tell me the truth. The kindest thing was to set that boundary before he got resentful, before, things blew up beyond repair. Because we do that in the name of kindness, don't we? We bite our tongue, suck it up, push it down. We dare not ever tell another person when we're at capacity, because kind people have this miraculous, unending well of time and patience and energy for the people they care about. But that's the thing about capacity, is that it's there whether you name it or not. And when you don't name it, well, here's what happens. First, you start to get frustrated, then angry, then resentful, then it builds and it builds and it builds until it all comes out sideways. What a mess. Instead, he chose kindness. He set a boundary and paved the way for more trust, more connection, more authenticity in our relationship. If he hadn't, I'm not so sure we'd be celebrating 12 years of marriage. Living through this experience gave me the courage I always needed to be able to set my boundaries with confidence. Because boundaries are a form of kindness. In fact, I would say that that's the day my inner boundary queen was born. So I think it's time we broaden our definition of kindness so that self-sacrifice is no longer the price of admission.